Alright, it is Sim4 Tyree. Gonna record this little video. So this tweet is from 2019, but on Twitter right now there's a lot of videos of like build your dream NFL defense. So I'm gonna do that. This is obviously a troll, but whatever. So for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna do like an entire NFL team of like what the best team would look like or whatever. I'm gonna base this in a 3-4 cover 4 split safety defense. The defense that's taking over the NFL right now. So I'm gonna go like I'm gonna do like a, well, because it's a 3-4, I'm gonna have like a 3-4 edge or 3-4 edges, and then like nose tackle, and then like 3-4 DNs and whatever. I want to find one of these in like a 3-4 whatever. Fuck it. Let me just go with this. So, starting off, I'm going to go with my strong safety. That's going to be Darwin James. The 1 year he was healthy, he was the best safety in the NFL, period. He should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. He had one of the greatest rookie seasons the league has ever seen. And now for free safety, I want rangy athleticism. It's gonna be unpopular, but I'm gonna go Jesse Bates. I actually think he has more range than Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's a lot headier than Minkah Fitzpatrick. And then I'm gonna do 3 corners. My nickel corner is gonna be Bryce Callahan. He was the best slot corner in the NFL last year in the cover 4 scheme. So he knows how to run the scheme. He's insanely athletic. He has great technique. Can man guys up. He is the prototype slot corner. And then my number 1 corner, because of scheme, my number 1 corner is technically going to be Jair Alexander. The other corner is going to be not Jamal Adams, what the fuck. The other corner is going to be Jalen Ramsey, but I'm going to call Jamal the number 1 just because not Jamal, what the fuck. I'm going to call Jair the number 1 just because he's run the scheme, and he was, in my opinion, the best cornerback in the NFL last year. He was like basically as close to a lockdown corner as anyone can be nowadays. He's unbelievably athletic. Or I guess Green Bay didn't actually run the scheme last year, but they kind of ran something somewhat similar to it. But he was as close to a lockdown corner as we can get nowadays. Even Jalen Ramsey had his struggles, or had like a down game, mostly the Cowboys. Jair just didn't have one of those games. So, and then my other corner would be Jalen Ramsey, just because he actually played this game last year. I don't know why I forgot that they did, but I'll just say Jair played at a more consistent week-to-week dominance than Jalen. So I guess we're doing this like, because it's the 3-4, I'm going to go with 2 off-ball linebackers. My first linebacker of choice would be I would say it's Bobby Wagner, and then the other one is Eric Kendricks. they complement each other really well. Eric Kendricks isn't the greatest against the run and isn't the greatest tackler, but Wagner is. And Wagner is really good in coverage. He had, I want to say, like the second lowest completion percentage allowed in coverage amongst linebackers last year. But most people don't want to look at that because they want to think, because a lot of people nowadays seem to want to think he's past his prime, which couldn't be further from the truth. He just had a down 2019. But then Eric Kendricks is the best coverage linebacker in the NFL by far. Eric Kendricks has probably the highest end coverage instincts in the league. But he'll then be perfectly complemented by Wagner. And then because this is in a 3-4, I'm going to go with Khalil Mack and Myles Garrett as my edges. Garrett isn't necessarily experienced in a 3-4, but he's a 5%er, basically meaning he's scheme independent no matter where he is. But Khalil Mack has dominated the NFL basically his entire career in a 3-4. And Khalil Mack is one of the most powerful edge rushers in the league. He has a good amount of finesse. Khalil Mack is honestly a bit underrated now. He just gets double teamed a shit ton. And then Myles Garrett, he's probably going to end up being the best edge rusher for the next 10 years. I think if we're projecting for the next 10 years, I would say he would probably end up competing. Yeah, he would probably end up competing with Chase Young and Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm that high on Thibodeau. But he's going to be a rock on the Browns defense for a long time. And he's showing no signs of slowing down, and he's only getting better. So, and now I'm going to break down the IDL into nose tackle, or wait, I want to do this like this. 3-tech, nose tackle, IDL. Or I'm just going to say IDL, nose tackle, IDL. So the first IDL of choice that I'm going to go with, it's Aaron Donald, obviously. Donald is the best player in the NFL by far. It's not much of a debate. If you try to debate it, you're wrong. He might be the best defensive player to ever live. And then, or maybe even the best player, period, to ever live. But you go Donald, and then for my nose tackle of choice, after a couple down years, I'm going to go with Vita Vea. Vita Vea is a dominant pass rusher as a nose tackle, but then is just a home wrecker against the run. You cannot run past him. He will destroy your run play. And coming off an injury, you wouldn't think he would have been in that. You would think he'd probably be playing injured in the playoffs and not be that healthy, but he got healthy in the playoffs and dominated. Vita Vea is my nose tackle of choice. And then my other IDL, it's going to be Chris Jones. It's kind of weird. Or Chris Jones, it's not weird, but Chris Jones is just a dominating pass rusher. You do not block him. Like, he is incredibly powerful. He even has some nice finesse. He's a good run defender. And you wouldn't think for as much of a pass rush minded guy he is, he wouldn't defend the run, but he actually does it at a fine level. But Chris Jones is unbelievable. So, and then now I want to do like the offense. I'll just like imagine this in my mind. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Need I say more? Running back, it's going to be Dalvin Cook. He just has an unbelievable combination of power, contact balance, speed. He's even a good receiver. But what makes me choose him over, say, Derrick Henry is he can actually offer something in the receiving game. Henry's a bad receiver. Also, I want to say this. I'm going to base this off like a Shanahan scheme. So I'm going to actually add a fullback in just because it's the Shanahan scheme. I'll go Kyle Juszczyk. That's a valuable piece in that scheme. And then my wide receiver 1 will be... Ooh. This is tough. I'm going to go... Oh. I'll go... I don't know, man. I'll go DeAndre Hopkins and Tyreek Hill as my wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. They'll play off each other perfectly. And then my third receiver, I'll go Julio Jones. When he's healthy, he's the best receiver in the NFL still. And then for because of the Shanahan scheme, I'm gonna go with 2 tight ends. My tight end 1 will be, they'll be Travis Kelce and George Kittle. Pick your poison, 1 or 2. I personally say Kittle just because he's a significantly better blocker. And then my left tackle, because I want all the Shanahan scheme values, run blocking more, I'll go with my left tackle is Trent Williams. He's the best move blocker in the NFL still. My left guard's going to be Quentin Nelson. I don't need to say more. The center, again, with scheme, I'm going to go with... what's the Lions center? Frank Ragnow. My right guard, it's going to be Zach Martin. It's 1A, 1B, in my opinion, between him and Quentin Nelson in terms of guards. And then my right tackle... Screw it, I'm going to go Tristan Wirfs. I'm not going to pick off of left tackle. I would take Lane Johnson, but he isn't the greatest run blocker. But yeah. My quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, running back, Dalvin Cook, wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, and Julio Jones. Then my tight ends, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. My offensive line, Trent Williams, Quentin Nelson, Ragnow, Zach Martin, and Tristan Wirfs. So that's going to do it for this quick little episode. I just want to get my thoughts out on this, as this was a fun, quick little video idea. But thanks for watching. Come back to the channel next time.